gon' blow your mind. When I was back home washing them dishes, I was just wishing I could just vision. I was gon' get it, I was on missions, I was just living. Walked in that building, we was just building, taking our time. We was just yielding, we was just chilled away from these haters. Know they be watching like a theater. Plotting these niggas that we need later. They gon' degrade us, it won't delay us. This is what made us. We got Omega, probably roll. Probably just leave. I see you later. I still Luega, cop a new crib, got some new neighbors. You get this big, they gon' want favors, they gon' want flavors. Probably roll. Hope the Lord save us, wait from these haters. Hope the Lord save us, wait from these snakes, wait from these fakes. Wait, I need breaks, wait, I need cake. How long can we wait? Come on, for peace sake. You better not be the one to doubt us. Cause we've been putting in the hours. We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We're across the pond in England this week, and two teams...
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the New Orleans Saints and the London Bulldogs. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for the first time with Hill. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
They run it again with Hill. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. And here's a look at the starting offense. And ready now for 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. It's complete. Fleener, right side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Let's go! 3-19!
They stick on the ground on 1st down with Hill. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And we take a look at the starting lineup defensively.
Eddie Goldman's everything you want in a defensive tackle. A run stuffer who can move upfield and rush the passer.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit. And sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety on that play? Knifing through and running down the ball carrier. A huge, huge play. And when you have a free safety to run like that, you've got to turn him loose.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
From the 4, it's 2nd and goal. This is Hill. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go now.
They'll run it with Hill. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jeremy Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his first look is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
They're going to look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that'll give them a 1st down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And caught left side, Olsen. It goes as a pickup of 23. And it'll give them the 1st down.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Here we go. Here we go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
A touchdown apiece here in this 1st quarter of play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got the completion to Strong. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now a 10th carry for Hill. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Hill, the lone setback. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Their big tight end, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Heading back out there now, the Saints defense. And a tight ball game here, and in these close ones, every drive becomes magnified.
And we don't want to overuse the word critical, but it feels that way as they head out there for this possession. They need to get the ball back and give their offense a chance to get them totally back into this game.
We'll see if the defense can do just that here. He's got his man on the crossing route. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
They come out here in the eye. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A very solid gain of 27.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught at the 1. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Play fake. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. That's caught at the 2. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like that. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
They'll look to feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. He loses a full 5 yards there on the sack, and it also brings up fourth down. 4th and goal.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot. Maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
He'll look to throw. All kinds of time. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll look to throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on fourth down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a gain of 14 there. And it's good enough for a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a second down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Strong grabs it over the middle. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So completion on second down, that brings up third.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And possession will switch here as this offense will come on deep in their own territory. And trotting back out there now, this Saints defense. They got a little steam following the interception the last time they were out there, Charles.
And they wanted to keep that going now because once you get one, he wanted to multiply and turn into a bunch more. And right now, they're putting up their version of a no-fly zone.
No-fly zone. I like that. We had a flyover before the game.
Yeah, but this time, they would...
He's got a man. Complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game, as we will send you back stateside to Orlando and say hello to Larry. And hello, I guess Larry's halftime show was buttoned through, and we are moving on and ready to go for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And some room to maneuver. And he takes it all away, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
Return team. Automatic first down.
To throw now on first down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack. Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Here's Matt Darr now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on it.
Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Out of the gun now on third down. Finding time. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got it over the middle. Flainer. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
He'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They come out here in the eye. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jalen Strong, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to come from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll look to throw here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Oh, he bowls over him. Sheds a second man. There he goes right side. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
This will be caught at about the 6. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Here we go now.
They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
the timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The defense working their way back out now onto their home turf, and a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger-pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, you say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up? Instead, just go back out there, be a unit again, and try and play a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they can play a little bit better on this drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the tight end has it, Fleener. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
On the ground, this is Hill. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the tight end has it. It's Fleener. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Again, it's Hill. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Eddie Goldman able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And down to the 36-yard line here. An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll set up a throw, surveying the field. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good. But when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And now back out comes the offense. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Greg Olsen, nobody ahead of him. Touchdown! Greg Olsen, his 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are just an extra point away now from taking the lead in this game. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The defense working their way back out now onto their home turf. And even though that last drive yielded points, it was a long field goal, so they probably weren't too upset about it. Although here, obviously, they'd like to give up 0.
Of course, that's the goal each and every time now. But when they make that type of a field goal that long, you almost give a little nod of respect to the kicker, like, congratulations. But you do feel pretty good about not giving up anything big.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can not give up anything big on this drive. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finding time. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. There were a couple holes there, partner. Was that zone coverage?
That's exactly what it was, Brandon. When you see man-to-man, that defender runs with the receiver. In this case, they were just taking care of their zone coverages, their responsibilities on the field, and the offense found the open space.
He'll look to throw. Floating one, incomplete. Kobe Flainer, the tight end, his intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Now back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll buy some time right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 on the gain there. And that'll be good enough for the first.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense. But a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Still 2nd down.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. is caught at the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
From the 4-yard line, it's first and goal now. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Watch left, watch left. Back there, Philly, here we go. Over.
6 yards still to go here on second and goal. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal.
Back there, Philly, here we go. No, check, Patriot.
Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
So many practices we've watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there.
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
He'll look to throw. Underneath here to Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And now they're in the hurry-up. And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Let's go. Blue landed.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Eddie Goldman in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He's back to throw. He's got time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking...
Now, hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for London, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say cheerio from London.